On this episode of Home Dad Chat,
Yes, as a non-drinker of pumpkin beers, I can highly test to this. I have made probably just under a couple $1,000 just drinking pumpkin beers
out
to
of a
the
pumpkin.
out of a pumpkin with pumpkin spice sprinkled on top to where that's all I tasted. Vase of pumpkin beers, you name it. And to the elation and joy of everyone in the room as I go and run to
Uh-huh.
the bathroom. I've never puked from it, but I've come really close.
I
I take it to the
understand.
fact that a lot of us come from the generation of the show Jackass, and we've just
100%.
seen just the discomfort, and we're like, "This is funny to me. It's not happening to
My name's
me."
Joe
Like,
Saladino, and this is the pumpkin beer. Dan, yeah.
welcome to Home Dad Chat, brought to you by the National At Home Dad Network. My name is Brock,
My name is Danny.
and we are here to talk about life as stay-at-home dads. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
No, I don't want much. I even love handmade crafts made of macaroni. Come on now, you should know me. Times I might eat too much. No worry about my weight. Got the dad bod rocking on me. Sketches on my feet. Cargo shorts look good on me. I'm a dad, that's what I do.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the show. Hope you've had a great week. I know I did. I had some fun stuff happen this past week. Danny, did you have any fun things happen this past week?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's a
good.
pretty good weekend socially.
Sweet. So,
What did
yeah,
you
I
do?
mean, well, I went to an all-day event at Great American Ballpark with my dad and my son, my oldest. We spent the day just getting to hang out at the ballpark and do a bunch of really cool behind the scenes stuff and got to go to a game and meet a former player and get autographs and all that kind of stuff. So, and it was basically my Father's Day gift to my dad. So it was cool just to get to
Nice.
spend the day with him doing that. What about you?
Spent time with my wife's family and went to a water park, which was pretty cool because it's the first water park that my kids remember. Not the first park they've been to, but it's the first they remember, and that's what counts. Yeah, we've never done it. I'm like, are you kidding me? So, but that's fine. They're younger and young enough that they forgot. That's acceptable. That's fine, I swear. But yeah, I went to a water park, and my oldest has just had surgery last month, so he couldn't really do much, and he had surgery on his chest, top surgery, so he's got
Yeah.
pretty bad, cuts there.
Yeah.
And I got on my swim binder. I think I could. I think I could do the
Do that
stand up.
chlorine? No.
And I'm like, well, it's going to get wet. He's, yeah, I think that'd be all right. Actually, the doctor said that, it's sealed up and it's fine. We just got to be careful. And I'm like, okay, so you want to get on the stand up one where the floor drops out from under you and you fall, I don't know, 30 feet at least, and then you slowly hit the water slide? No, you're not going to do
Mm-mm.
that. He was, I think I could do it. I think I could do it. So, okay, so let's talk about this since he just turned 20 this weekend. I said, you're supposedly an adult, right? You can figure these things out. What happens if it rips open a stitch or something? Oh, that'd hurt. Yeah, it would hurt. It would hurt. It would also mean you'd probably bleed. It would also mean that we have to leave immediately. It also means that you would be the center of attention from everyone around you, wondering what
Yep.
happened to this dude and how did he get hurt. And they might have to shut the ride down just because somebody got hurt and they need to, make sure it can't happen again. And he's, oh
Yeah.
God, yeah, I wouldn't want all these people looking at me. I'm like, that's where it is. That's your Rubicon is. I don't want anybody staring at me. It's not. I ripped open my wound or my, I guess, surgery wound, but still,
Right.
come on, kid. But all right, whatever it takes. If it's
Sure.
embarrassment that'll keep you from doing something to hurt yourself,
There you go.
do
Yeah.
what we got to do. Do what we got to do. Yeah,
Well,
but
that's
yeah,
I'm glad
but it
they
was
made the
good.
right. I'm glad they made a good decision to.
Mature. They're mature.
Yes, we'll take that. Yeah. Well, today on the show, we have a special guest who's been on the show many times and is, of course, very well known around the organization for many years. He was my very first roommate at HomeDadCon. I actually got to meet him. I met him originally at Dad 2.0 in New Orleans, and we both enjoy photography and beer and just all things in life that are fun and exciting. But we have our good friend Joe Saladino coming on the show, who has really taken up the mantle of just really going full bore with getting money around for the scholarship. It's amazing, actually, that a joke between him and when Paul Gordon just raising some money for the scholarship fund in Cincinnati, and they really didn't think they were going to get anything, and then they ended up getting a whole lot more. Has turned into one of the major fundraisers for the scholarship. And so we're going to have him on to talk about that, and also too to talk about the photo walk that he's been a
Mm.
part of for many years, and just some of the different things there, because Chicago is kind of a second home to him. So he's looking forward to it.
It's also Joe finally becoming the official photographer of the National At Home Dad Network, because we needed
Yes.
one. And,
Yes, he is.
we hate to ask people to work during the convention. We just do. We want you to come here and have fun and calm down and relax and recharge and all that. So it's difficult to cross that gap. But I'm glad eventually someone did and said, "No, Joe, why don't you be our official photographer?" Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
cool.
looking forward to it. He's always snapping photos throughout the convention. And I know in years past, he's always asked for those photos and different aspects, but to actually be able to honor someone's professional, job basically of photography and just the work that goes into it. And two, for him to know, hey, I want to make sure I get these shots for the organization. I want to be able to, have these things in place. So that's going to be another added bonus to having a paid photographer, because you get the opportunity to be like, hey, like I really want to make sure that that we want these shots. And so that's
And who
that's
could
always
know
nice.
better what we need, honestly? I mean,
Right.
granted, we do want to give him a list or whatever our expectations, but really, he's been there 100 times. Well, not 100 times, but a dozen times, let's say, and knows everything that we're going to do better than we do, I think. I really do. Because there's times when people go, "Oh, hey, are we going to do this one? We're going to take a picture of the book club." Oh, yeah, I guess we should take a picture of book club. I forgot. But there's always somebody there that remembers the things that we forget. So it's appreciated.
Yeah. Yeah, and two, I mean, in years past, the scholarship has been such an amazing just blessing to so many guys that have gotten to come. I mean, so many dads have been able to have the opportunity to make it to the convention for the first time, make it back after maybe being gone for a while, or maybe having to miss prior year, and that now this year is the year that they were able to do different things. So it's always been like great numbers this year, because I sit on the scholarship committee as a co-chair. We have 15 applicants that applied this year. So we're working very
Nice.
diligently with the money that we have to be able to get all of them here into Chicago. And so we'll see how it all pans out in the end. But yeah, it's going to be exciting to just talk to Joe about what he's doing, what his efforts are with the team that he's working with, because there is a whole team behind him that's doing that. And then also, too, to see just kind of what his ideas are on where he's going to take the photo walk and what kind of cool things that we're going to get to see on that. Because it's always neat to see things that maybe don't get highlighted in, Chicago visitor guides kind of deal. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's going to be good. But we'll be back here in just a moment with our friend Joe Saladino.
So the Dads Run 5K is coming up, and it's about a lot more than just hitting the pavement. It's about building a movement. We're hosting it at HomeDadCon this year in Chicago, and if you can't make it, you can still join us virtually from your own neighborhood. It's for the whole family, dads, moms, kids, walkers, it doesn't matter. The best part is that your entry supports the Fathers Overcoming Adversity Fund, helping families right when they need it most. So come be a part of it. Head over to athomedad.org to sign up, or just check the show notes for the link.
All right, and we are back. And as I promised, we have Joe Saladino with us. And Joe is gracious enough to join us at the wee early hours out in the Pacific Northwest. We literally dragged him out of bed after his child threw some cereal on him to help wake him up and get him in the seat here behind the microphone. How you doing, Joe?
Hey man, don't joke around about that type of stuff. You're gonna manifest it, and I'm gonna get nailed with some Cheerios here in about 2 seconds. So careful there, sir.
I figured I wasn't probably too far off from the reality. So I mean, that's the life, right?
Random cereal flying in the air is pretty standard around here. So
Not surprising, yeah. But yeah, man, glad to have you back on the show. We were talking earlier, just the fact, you've been on with us quite a few times, and it's always fun to just chat about what you've been working on over the past year with Beershare, and now this year becoming the actual stamped official HomeDadCon photographer. So that's exciting. I know.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you a real special name tag, Joe. Okay, we'll just make sure. Yeah. But yeah, man, glad to have you on. And just how's the last year been for you? What's been going on?
Oh man. Well, yesterday was a year since my wife and I bought a house.
Yeah, that's exciting.
So, oh yeah, I just fixed 2 leaks in the basement here
Yeah.
a couple days
Yeah,
ago.
home
So,
ownership, baby.
homeownership.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, all the fun that they don't tell you. It's kind of like getting married. All the stuff that they don't tell you is going to be the work, and then you're like, "Oh, whoa, wait, this isn't all fun and games." Yeah. So, got to celebrate the 1 year anniversary of the house by plugging leaks and praying that they stayed plugged, and then
Right.
like having that moment where everything's dry again. Yeah,
I know that feeling well. I really do.
I have no
But I
doubt.
but I have to
Yeah.
point out, I do love the fact that with one of the house issues you had recently, you took it upon yourself to come into the Discord server and kind of be like, "Hey, this is what's going on. Any and all help from any amateur plumbers in here would be highly appreciated," which I think sometimes it's not realized that Discord server is a great resource for just such things. Even if it's just a oh my gosh, I can't believe I've got to deal with this crap right now.
Sometimes it's venting, sometimes it's okay. I don't even know where to search on YouTube. I am
Mm,
a YouTube plumber, mechanic, you know, any maintenance. If I can get it done by myself for $9 instead of
Right.
calling a professional for 500 because it's midnight, I'm there. But sometimes YouTube has so much information, you don't know what to even search.
yep.
So, just the servers are great to just go in there and be like, hey, I know someone has dealt with almost exactly this.
You know it. Yeah.
Anybody have any idea who has spent the money and wish they didn't and has this information? Or, has a parent who did this as a profession and has that knowledge because they grew up with it. And always somebody will be like, oh, yeah, 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 search this, check
Hmm.
this, talk to somebody at Home Depot, you'll be fine.
Who went to YouTube University and took plumbing 101?
Exactly.
And we
Um,
have a lot of people that are skilled, technicians in a lot of areas. A lot of people have done HVAC and plumbing for a living before they became an at-home dad. And it's those, I mean, they're just waiting to tell you about stuff because I know I am. When
yep.
someone asks a question about something that I'm like, whoa, oh, everybody answered it. Okay, not fast enough, But you really want to give that information, and I think that's part of what one of the expectations of what it means to be a dad for a lot of people is you're the one dumping that advice. And here's exactly how you should do it. This is why you should do it, and you'll save this much money. And there's always that part. I pay a technician for that. Oh my God, they'll charge you $60 just to show up. Well,
Well,
they
you
will,
don't,
and that
yeah.
that's true.
Well, and you don't want to be because there's always that, you post after the fact that you had to call somebody and get help or whatever. And there's three guys that are, I wish, don't you
Should have
remember I
told
used
me.
to do that? I
Yeah.
wish you would have asked me. That was an
Right.
easy fix. And then you're like, oh, yeah, if my memory was just better, I would have
Yeah.
remembered that
I
this
didn't
is
have
your
this entire grocery laundry list of things to deal with
Right.
before that.
If this was the only thing I had to do this day, even or this hour, even, sure, I could have remembered you. But now
Yeah.
we're busy.
But did you get it
Yeah.
fixed though? Did you get the
Oh
toilet
yeah.
fixed?
Oh yeah, I can
Nice.
show you bone dry.
Awesome.
Shower, the
Woohoo.
shower doesn't leak anymore and the toilet's not leaking anymore. And for those that know, it was wax ring with the toilet and it was I think all in if you don't count my time and labor as a non-skilled dad, well, in that I think an all in it was $9 if you don't cost the gas to get to Home Depot.
There
Hmm.
you
So,
go.
Yeah.
so yeah,
Awesome.
I was rather excited.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah,
Yeah.
so home ownership and on the job hunt and getting Beershare stuff ready and photography all over the place. That's pretty much
Podcast.
update for lately. Oh,
Oh,
and shout out on oh, there, yeah, right there, maybe. Oh, there we go. Shout out
Western Red.
Western Red Brewing. They are gone. They are defunct now as of a couple weeks ago. Yes, as anybody in craft beer knows, craft beer is hurting right now. But one of their Denver, the owner brewer there, he had donated the beer share before, big supporter. And when he announced, and I asked how he was doing, he said okay, and then he immediately said, "Oh, and I got stuff for the beer share. Come by."
oh, wow.
It's always the nicest guys, right? It's always the
Yeah.
best people that their businesses fold. So yeah, so I just
Well,
happened to be. I didn't even realize I just happened to grab this. It's a
well,
Diet
big
Coke, by the way. It
big
is
thank you
6 a.m.
to Western Red then
We believe you.
for definitely being such a great partner over the years and for Beer Share for sure. So that's awesome, man.
Yeah, so
Hey,
beer share. Go ahead. Sorry, I keep cutting you off.
no, you're fine.
I
Yeah.
keep cutting you off.
So you've been busy. You've had a busy past year, and that's yeah. I mean, I think a lot of that is just life in general running. So that's I mean, I'm sure you're counting down the days to HomeDadCon to be able to just have a little bit of a breather for that. So even though you will be in a working capacity, there's still time to enjoy that. So how many guys do you have working on the committee with you for the beer share, and what's kind of been going on there? Because I mean, I don't remember the exact numbers too for kind of what happened with all the auction stuff and whatnot at the convention. What's been going on with that?
Oh, that's okay. So how many guys? We got 6 guys total on the committee.
Okay.
And Paul and I are usually the face, but I like to remember everybody, remind everybody, none of this happens without all of us. They all work their asses off to make the beer share happen. And we lean on all of our specialties. If I had to do the money stuff, this wouldn't happen. I'm not a money
Hmm.
guy. I would after the first one, I would have been like, that took how much work? No, done. So somebody else does that.
Well, it's nice to have Paul the calculator Gordon on your team.
And it's not all, I mean, and it's not always him. It is a team effort, right? It is
Sure.
teamwork. And we lean on our volunteers on the run up and the days of. Yeah. What did you want to know?
So you got okay. So you have six
Yeah.
guys on the team. You and Paul. I know Josh Mosley is a part of that.
Yeah. Rick's
Eric
on there.
Schorberg. Yep.
Yeah. Brandon
Brian Frampton
and Quetzal.
and Quetzal.
And
Okay.
that rounds us up.
Yeah.
Yep.
So good group of guys, all very
Fantastic
dedicated.
group of guys. Fantastic.
Yeah, truly. Truly.
Definitely.
And what's been great is, so, when we started this off, Paul and I were like, well, who would be interested? Who do we want in? And we grabbed Eric and Brian. And then eventually we're like, you know what? We could really use some additional help and grab Josh. And every year, everyone signs up again. Every year, we're all like, let's go. And then what I love about us as a group is every year, one of us is needing extra help, struggling, can't quite do their role, me included. We all know that friggin' year that hit, and the rest of the group steps up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's not like, oh, you can't do this, get the heck out, you're done. It's no, we're here for you. If you still
Yeah.
want to be a part of this, you're here. So it's still this core group and it's still pushing, and we still have this passion to you know, get the money to get the dads to the con.
Yeah. And last
Mhm.
year there was
Right.
quite a few dads that made it to the convention due to scholarship. And of course, a lot of that is because of what happened the previous year, which would have been in St. Louis. So this past year with being in San Antonio, do you know the numbers as far as
I
no, I didn't
told you I'm
think so.
not a
Like I
money
said, I
guy.
know
I
you're the
do
number
not
guy.
know the numbers.
I can say this far based upon what
I
you
knew the
guys
answer to that, Joe. While he was asking, I was like,
I
"Who are you
know.
asking? Did y'all
I
guys set this up in advance?" Now, if he had told you in advance, "Hey, I need this number," you would have it. I know that.
That's not how we work here.
But I know that's because you'll ask me stuff, and I'm like, hang on, I'm just googling real quick what
Love
that
you, Danny. Thank you for the
total is.
support.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
I
I'm
like
not
to
a money
keep
guy
everybody
either.
on their
There you go.
toes. I like to keep everybody on their toes.
He made 5.2 million roughly.
Oh my goodness. You're ridiculous. Okay, I'll say this. What I have in front of me, number wise, just because I have the scholarship stuff up here. So,
See,
well,
they
I
just
know.
answered himself.
I was just testing. Yep, that's like a good
That's a
dad.
gotcha
Okay,
question.
that's a
What the
dad.
heck? Am I
That's a
running
dad.
for
Yeah.
office? I'm not
You tell
Jeremy.
me.
I'm not running for office. I'm not prepared
What
for
were
this.
you doing? I got it. No, okay. So between scholarship last year with the beer share and between tickets sold for the convention, because $5 from every ticket goes in as well, we are starting with $7,723. So, and we've
Yeah,
got
indeed.
15 applicants this year. So it's gonna be exciting working through who we're all gonna get to go to that. What kind of things last year were there that you were really excited to be able to either beer share type with people or to auction off?
Ooh. Um, so so the auction, we always get cool non-beer stuff. And just and if I don't mention certain people and certain stuff, I apologize. Brock did not prep me for this
Right.
and any of these questions. And I love you all. And as I say, any donation we get, I appreciate because it all goes to the scholarship and it all helps. Also, we never know exactly what's going to be a big ticket crazy item.
Yeah.
2 years ago, I got from a brewery, non-branded, these two. Oh, Matt Strain's gonna kill me for calling it an octopus. What? It's not an octopus. It's a whatever.
A
I can't
squid?
remember. No.
Kraken?
What?
A kraken?
Sure. I can't remember what it's specifically called. It's an octopus. Matt,
Yeah.
Cephalopod?
don't hate me. Cephalopod. There, something like that. Yeah. Matt, don't hate me. But so anyway, I got two of these stuffed things. They're non-branded. They're from Nero's Brewing. And I was like, what am I gonna do with this? Yeah, it's fun, but nobody's gonna give a hoot. Yeah, no, they went for hundreds because it was just people want an excuse to give money, and then it's oh, and I can have this cute thing to
Yeah.
give to my kids too. So you just never exactly know. You know, we've got great folks that have become a part of the org in one way or another that donate their services, whether it's, running stuff, whether it's counseling stuff, whether it just I am always jazzed when we get a new person who hears about the beer share and like presenter that is, I'm just gonna go and check it out. It sounds interesting. I wonder what, and they stick
Right.
their head in. They stay for an hour or an hour and a half, and then when they finally realize what it's all about and what it's doing, and it's just a bunch of dads having fun after the con.
Yep.
They're hooked. How can I help? Those are my like big things that I get excited about. Wait a second, you were on stage earlier and now you're just totally hooked on the beer share.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's do it.
I love how speakers that are not part of the organization are just I want to go hang out with you guys after hours and see what's going on. And
Mhm.
then they're like, "This is what you guys are doing. This is fantastic. Like, how do I get involved?"
Yeah, they have no friggin' clue, which understandable, right? And some have this thought in their head, well, dads and beer late at night, it's going to be hectic. Or like the hotels, we've been to hotels that are like, oh, we need extra security. Because when other organizations have late night drinking, there's like,
Drink. Yep.
San
Right.
Antonio, I loved
Yep.
hearing the stories from the bartender down there about previous groups who they've had to have down there. And then they're just like, you guys are like mice compared to the
Yeah.
tigers that we've had here before.
And not being a big drinker, really. I don't really drink much at all and anymore, and never really having enjoyed beer, just personally, again, taste. But it amazes me because every year I was kind of like, well, even because I heard about it before it was really official, back when it was just guys doing it in their room. And I was like, I don't think I should have anything to do with this. I don't want to go hang out and get drunk, but they weren't even, what is it, 10, 11 years ago back in Raleigh. No, we're just trying it here. Taste this. Oh, okay. So you're just having, yeah, we just want to know what that beer tastes like from this area of the world. Now, I won't say that no one's ever gotten drunk because we are, we
the
are a bunch of
password is
very
rigatoni.
stressed people. Rigatoni. But the point of it is not to get drunk or maybe that's what we
Okay.
put it. But the point is something else. It's to be with your friends. It's the community. It's to hang out, and you're all pretty much very responsible dads. And I'm sorry, you reach a point where you're like, I don't mind having a few drinks, but I don't want to get sloshed. You
Yeah.
know, I want to be able to keep my faculties about me. So yeah, let me have it. I don't know if it's a sip, but a taste of that one. Let me have a taste of that one. And it's amazing to me that we do it, or y'all really do it so well and so
I
very, I don't want to controlled, but not crazy.
Yeah. So a couple things. So now that I'm part of the beer share, because Raleigh was before me. I wasn't in Raleigh, right? Like I
Mhm.
came into it and then beer share stuff, and then we made it into an event. I drink less now that I am a part of the event.
Yeah,
I am actually just sipping and sip something new and sip something new, but because we got a lot of stuff to do.
right. You got a lot of work to do.
And one of those things where the whole, you see a duck on the water, and above the water, it's chill, but underneath, it's kicking like crazy to stay afloat. That's us for 4 or 5 days
Yeah.
before and then during. The point of the beer share is to make money at this. That
Yeah.
is the first. That is the first because we want as many dads to be at the conference as possible. We
Right.
want, it isn't if you can have enough money to be there or not. We want you there because we want not only those dads to get the support they need, because we've gotten support, I've gotten support in that way. That's how
Yeah.
I started. Not only that, but then we get those dads with those skills and those knowledge through that way that strengthens us as a whole. So, number one is to get that money with the caveat you can have no money and be at the beer share. The beer share does not cost to attend. There
Yeah.
is
Very
no
good point.
money at the door. You get a free raffle ticket just for showing up. There's raffles and there's stuff you can auction and whatever else. So if you have money and you want to give us your money, give us your money.
Yeah.
If you've ever heard that Avenue Q song, give us your money. Yes, that is why we're there. We'll gladly take it and we'll gladly give it to the scholarship so they can gladly give it to others that need it and can use it.
Yeah.
But yes, it is free. It is a free event and you can drink while you're there. The goal is not to get drunk. Some people do get drunk. And then the beauty of it is, I see it as harm reduction, actually, because we've seen it before, but not so much anymore, where this event, you've got some dads that haven't been out since their kids were born.
Right.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
haven't experienced in some, military years, some college years, some, whatever was your, developmental out in the world years. They haven't really partied since then.
Right.
And they go out and they try to drink and party to the level that they used to.
Yeah. That's bad news.
And yeah, my fear was always usually it's oh we can laugh about it now because they had a rough night. But my fear was always like God, that got close to maybe a problem. It can get dangerous when you're in a city you don't know. Maybe you
Right.
go out with five guys that you don't know you met at the con, and they're like, dude, what is up with this guy? And so maybe you end up alone or something. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
just my fears, right? Just my fears. And so with this, you're at the hotel you're staying at. If you and you're with, like you said, a bunch of responsible dads. So if you're getting to the point where, dude, he might be working through some stuff and you might be working through some stuff with a little extra beer that he needs. So
Yeah.
you might get a hand on the shoulder, like, hey, you doing okay? Or hey, I can walk you up to your room. It'll
Right.
take me 5 minutes, and then I can be back to this or helping some like so I
Hmm.
said so in those situations, I see it as harm reduction. It's all right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
And
that opportunity that we have to finally, for lack of a better phrase, get off the chain, to just, oh, I'm going to run
100%.
like a wild dog. Oh, okay. But you're also 30 something. Maybe you
It's a
should.
dog park. It's
It
a
is a
dog
dog
park.
park. Yes.
Yes.
Perfect,
Don't bring
Joe.
that dumb
There
Perfect.
is
commercial up.
fencing. There is security.
Perfect.
Like,
Oh
We
my
got
goodness.
We don't tag
zoomies.
you. We don't
We
put a
got the
wristband,
zoomies.
but it's
I
controlled
No.
love it.
chaos.
I love it.
You're
Yeah.
very right. Well, and two, it's also a money saver too. You know, you don't have to worry about going out and
Yes.
spending all kinds of money at the different
Yes.
places. You can just hang out in a not very safe environment, and it's a little more camaraderie. You can also talk to people and not have crazy loud music to, be able to have an actual conversation, which is also another great part of it too. So, I think it's looking back at the beer share and just the fundraising that's gone on with the Brian Dixon Memorial Scholarship. You know, in Milwaukee, or not Milwaukee, in Minnesota, you had the crazy lightning in a bottle with the hot dog eating challenge that turned into an amazing fiasco, which I really feel was sort of like the launching point for we can really push this and get some really nice funding in for the scholarship.
And
Oh, what are you gonna
I
say,
think if I
Danny?
may, well, you should tell people what that is. We have listeners that have no idea what you're talking about
Okay,
because I mean I
so
do. We all do. I think we were
true.
there.
Okay,
So
good call.
Joe,
Good
were you
call.
there? You were there, weren't you?
Oh yeah,
Oh, I
he
was
was there.
Minneapolis.
annoying
He
that
was.
year with the
Are you
ketchup.
kidding? Yeah,
Oh
Joe.
yeah. Oh
So
yeah. I
we
might have
we
had
had
a
a
couple in that morning, and the video is not
Oh,
flattering
I
of me.
very much remember you walking in breakfast with beers in hand. Hey, you want to try this? You want to try this? We were drinking
That was an
stouts.
NA beer. That was a non-alcoholic beer.
That
Because
one was? I don't remember that
I
beer.
do that
Okay.
at breakfast just to mess
Mhm.
with because I have the
Okay.
best NA
Yeah, you did it
in
to
the
me.
country. And I'll walk in and they're tall boys. And I'll walk and be like, anybody want a beer? And they'll be like, dude, Joe, it's like 7
Hair of
and
the
I
dog,
had a
really?
percent in 30 minutes. No. I'm like, it's NA. It's 3 magnets. It's self-care. It's NA.
Yeah, self
Thank you,
care.
Three Magnets. Yeah,
Shout out.
definitely love,
Self-care.
Self
definitely.
care
Hopefully
is
we'll
my
have some more
favorite.
of
Yeah.
that this year too. Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm
So
gonna look for that. That's the beer that I would. That's the oddest thing is that is the beer that I would drink every single
it's
time,
so good
and it's
though.
called self care. I'm like, can you stop? Can you just get one that's
You would
like
love
trauma baby? Oh, there we
Nathan
go. That's
Riley, you would
Danny's drink.
love the brewer owner. You would what you two would you'd hit it off. You'd have a great time
Yeah,
together.
it's not great. But anyway, back to the hot dogs.
So yeah,
Sorry.
so in Minnesota, there was a run up to the convention where it was a voting of do you put mustard on your hot dog or do you put ketchup on your hot dog? And in the end, there were two guys who they, both agreed that whoever won, the other one was going to eat a hot dog with their least favorite condiment on it. And
Mhm.
it ended up basically coming to the point where everybody wanted to see both of them eat these hot dogs and experience it together. And it was so wild because it just turned into this running around, people shoving money in like a box or something like
Right.
that. And I specifically remember a couple guys like running down to the lobby to the ATM and pulling out money, which I can only imagine explaining to your significant other why they pulled $200 in
We
cash
are
out of an ATM.
certain they had already spoken about this. We know that this had already been discussed.
I
Come
don't
on.
know.
No, we know that because that's always what happens. We're
Every time.
responsible.
But
Every time.
anyway, it was hilarious. There was I don't even remember the number
Yeah,
for that
somebody
one,
walked up,
honestly.
and
It was
I think it was
it was
Don Hudson, but
crazy.
yeah, they walked up down that. I'll give you $500, and I'm like, what are you? How are you doing this? It's
What is
just
going on?
amazing.
We
Yeah.
are
But yeah,
we are a generous bunch. We are a sadistic bunch.
a bit.
And so if you can give us an opportunity to give money to watch somebody not overly hurt themselves,
Yeah.
we
But
will
have
Eat or
take
drink
discomfort,
big.
but just have discomfort at my enjoyment.
Yes, as a non-drinker of pumpkin beers, I can highly attest to this. I have made probably just under a couple $1,000 just drinking pumpkin beers
Out
to
of a
the
pumpkin.
out of a pumpkin with pumpkin spice sprinkled on top to where that's all I tasted. Vase of pumpkin beers, you name it. And to the elation and joy of everyone in the room as I go and run to
Uh-huh.
the bathroom. I've never puked from it, but I've come really close.
I
I take it to the
understand.
fact that a lot of us come from the generation of the show Jackass, and we've just
100%.
seen just the discomfort, and we're like, "This is funny to me. It's not happening to
My
me."
name's Joe
Like,
Saladino, and this is the pumpkin beer. Dan, yeah.
exactly. That's how it should be started there with all that. But yeah, I mean, so that event we had pulled in quite a bit of fundage for the scholarship, which was awesome. And then it seemed like when we went to Cincinnati after having a year of online because of COVID, that it was like, hey, how do we kind of keep that number up there? What do we do? And it was talked about, but it wasn't until you and Paul decided to sort of play a joke in the fashion of, hey, here's a brown paper bag.
Yeah, so I was hungry.
Mhm.
And we decided to put out a tip jar, a tip bag, because across the street there was a hot dog stand.
Skyline.
Yep. And I was like, hey, let's put this out there and see if we make any money and see if we can go get some food at 1 or 2 in the morning. So the entire, I mean, it was a beer share and it's always a blast. And so we're having a blast. Paul and I are just, I got great videos and pictures. Like we're just bartending and slinging beer or whatever. And then, Grady hits it off at the casino and drops a bunch of money.
Oh, that's right.
And then a
Yeah.
bunch of other people, and then somebody sees that and goes, "Oh well, you can't donate more than me," and it just gets wild. And so by the end of the night, I go to count it, and we're over $300. And I look at Paul, and I'm like, "Dude, okay, kids, plug your ears. We are jackasses if we spend $300
Yeah.
on hot dog or pizza or whatever. Like, dude, that just, I mean, I'm really hungry. I want to, but
Well,
I
the
also don't
joke
think I
was
can
that you
eat
were going
that
to use it
much.
for a steak dinner, from what I
Like, it's
understood.
it's
So
but it's 3 in the morning. Where am I going to find a steak? This isn't Las Vegas. I'm not going to find a steak dinner.
true. Yeah, that's true.
So it's, God, what do we do? And he's like, we could donate it to the scholarship fund. Like, how perfect
Yeah.
is that? And it just took off from there. Oh, in the off season, he and I were talking. And we're like, could we make this into an actual event? And he's got background in going to charity stuff and whatever. I
Yeah.
don't. I
Oh
don't.
my God. No, and everything, Paul, it's Wisconsin, I think. I really think it's
Yeah.
because
Oh, yeah.
everything we do here is a raffle or
Raffle.
a pull to, and I don't know what I'm doing because I never did any
Yep.
gambling, raffling, anything like that. We didn't do that growing up. And, and Paul's just, oh, we'll just do it this and this. I'm like, well, what does that even mean? How are we going to make that? No, we'll just do it like this. And I stopped asking. If Paul said we can do it, we can do it. That's just, like you said, the money he does for y'all, but also he's the treasurer for the organization. And I don't ever want him to leave. Just stay there, keep steady. You don't have to show up for meetings. Just do the budget and send the report in. Somebody else will just please don't leave. Of course, he's done his term, so he's smart enough to get out of there. But
Vote Brock.
just see, yeah,
Yeah.
right. Vote Brock.
No,
I
that's
don't
the
know if
thing.
y'all
So,
knew,
like,
but Brock Lush is up for a nomination for
Uh,
the National at Home Dad Network Board of Directors.
from the floor with Corey next to him,
oh
and then
my
I'm
gosh.
running. I
I'll
am
just tell
running.
you, we need someone. We need three every year, right? So we don't have three yet. And I'm just going to say there will be a nomination from the floor if somebody doesn't step up.
What I love about that, what
It
I
won't
love
be me.
about
Dude,
that
the best
is
part about
this
this is going to
year.
be the fact that Corey's there.
Well,
Corey's
no,
going
so
to
what
be
I
there.
love is this year I didn't even instigate this. This is
I
what I love.
know.
So every year, just to troll Brock, because I mean, Brock's awesome and a very close and special friend to me. And that means, as many men know, that means you have to mess with that person. The closer you are, the more you have to
Yes,
mess with them. So last year, I did a mini ad campaign on Canva and I put stuff up. And then,
that
like,
was funny.
came to nominate from the floor. I went and stood behind him and just
It was
like waited as he was sweating the entire time. And he's, Joe, don't you dare, expletive deleted, don't you dare, expletive deleted. Like he was
Yeah.
pissed at me. And so this year I was like, man, it's the big anniversary. I'm gonna wait and just make it a thing at the con. I'm gonna make Brock feel safe.
uh-huh.
How do you troll even better than making him feel safe and comfortable?
I got away with it.
Right.
The funniest part for me is
And
that
then,
I just kind of
yeah.
forget about it, and I'm like, maybe it's not going to happen this year, and I'm like, if I just don't think about it, and then it happens.
Well, at first I was pissed because I was gonna do that. And then, yeah, Jeremy posts stuff. And
Of
I was like,
course,
Jeremy
of
Hasty.
course.
it's
Dirty, rotten
fantastic.
politician Jeremy. No, I'm just kidding. I love Jeremy.
Fantastic. Because now it's a thing of its own. All these other people are doing it. And yeah, perfect. I don't even have to touch it.
He made it
He
look
did.
so like, yeah, he actually had an AI background and everything
Great.
for it. I was like, oh my goodness.
It
Corey
looked
saw
like
it and
he
was just
took
like, are
a
you kidding
photo
me?
of us from Texas
Yeah,
and
no,
made
I
it
know.
look
Yeah,
like we were on the campaign trail. It was perfect. It was beautiful.
definitely. Well, hey, so lots of stuff going on with Beershare, but I want to make sure that we take some time to talk about Photo Walk and kind of what people should expect to experience from that because photo walks happened every single year. It's always just a great time to just walk around with both people who have lots of experience with cameras, with big lenses, and then others who are like, all I have is my cell phone and I want to be artistic, or what do I, what can I do? Is there anything, are there any settings on this cell phone that actually give me any of that too? Because that's their thing. Phones are not what they were 10 years ago. And so the fact that, you can ask that question and actually even get an answer, which is pretty cool. But Chicago's also like a second home to you. I mean, you've got history there,
Mhm.
right? Yeah. So tell me a
Yeah,
little
so
bit about that.
I got a Cubs pennant over here. If this wasn't blurred, that's actually a Bears big old sign back there.
That'll
Yeah,
say Indiana on it at some point here in your
I almost did it. I almost did it. Knee-jerk reaction. I almost did it,
As
but
a
I did.
Hoosier, I had to. Sorry.
You piece of beautiful person. I almost did it. Yeah, no. So, yeah, no, I got family in Chicago. My dad and my grandfather born and raised in Chicago. A love for the city, love for the people. I've never lived there, so it is very much I'm a tourist there, but I'm not. It's a weird thing. But yeah, no, so the photo walk. So I believe the last time I did the photo walk, the last time I ran it was St. Louis. And so another, staying in a big city right in the middle. And let's see where to go. So when it comes to what equipment to have, I've taught a college class where the only stuff you needed was a cell phone, right? So I tell people we go from cell phone to, full size camera, the professional, expensive stuff. It's really, we're talking about how to take a good photo, and you can take a great photo with either. I have seen professionals that I did not like their photos, and they're working with two, three, $4,000 cameras and lenses, and the whole nine yards. And I've seen people who are just have a artistic eye or know what to look for, and with a cell phone have made fantastic images. So, the old adage of the best camera that you have is the one that's with you. 100%. 100%. So, being Chicago, it's going to be a lot of architecture. It's going to be, I love graffiti photos and street art photos. So, I always look for that. And my favorite thing is to just walk and find. I'm going to do some passes beforehand to kind of have an idea of what's in front of us, but I'm always looking for cool stuff that catches my eye. So we'll do that. Usually, if I got people that are into it, we'll use each other to get some cool portraits because there's always people that want to do some portraits and portraits in the city, depending on where the sun is at the time, depending on the weather at the time, can be a lot of fun. And yeah, it's just a fun time to talk about photography and to talk about what we like to get images of. Yeah, it's a pretty chill walk. Huh, get it?
Especially
That's
for
the thing. Like,
Chicago.
just in case, bring a jacket because when the wind
Yeah.
whips through in between some of those tall buildings, it can get a bit chilly. But yeah, it's a ton of fun. I love getting it, being able to, that hands-on teaching and answering those questions in the moment and surprising people with what they can capture sometimes. After the fact, some of the tips and tricks I'll give, like a couple months later, I'll hear from people like, Joe, I got this photo. I did what you said. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. And that just that rocks my day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there have been some awesome photos taken that I feel like are very competition worthy as far as for, sort of an amateur, hey, I took this and putting it in and seeing what people think. There's everything from black and white to just something very abstract. It's like there's been quite a few different ones. I think one of my favorites was the shooter shooting the shooter
Oh yeah.
photo that took place up in Minneapolis on the Stone Bridge, where it was like we had one person like laying down, another person was doing something else, and then somebody took the photo. So it was really cool.
And that's what's nice is like the creativity that comes out of having, a bunch of dads walking around. Also, a lot of times when you're walking around, if you're a photographer or you're into photography, as dads, we've got our kids, so we've got a billion photos of our kids doing stuff, but you don't have the opportunity to get pictures of other dads of your friends and
Mhm.
people you just met and stuff. So that can be kind of cool to have a group of people that are willing participants on
Yeah,
both sides of the
that
lens.
is a fun part of it. Oh, someone can actually take a photo of me out here and enjoying things. I know Corey's a really big one for contacting you and be like, "Hey, I need you to get 3 good
Oh my
pictures
God,
of
Brock's
Brock."
photos. Yes. It's usually two, and it's Corey, so you got it. I think it's what keeps her from killing me when I nominate you for stuff.
You might have to do a few more this year.
No, I'm guessing it's going to be like 10 or 20 this year. But yeah, no, it's a great opportunity for those shots too. And it's nice to get out and get that walk and yeah, like just be in the city and get some photos.
Definitely, definitely. Well, Joe, thank you so much for coming on the show and talking with us. I'm very excited to just see you in person and spend some time with you. A year is always too long,
Right.
but I'm very excited to see where you take us on the photo walk, and I'm looking forward to what beers come into the convention and just that whole experience. And like we were talking about, I mean, be come to the beer share and have a generous mindset because it's just a fun thing, and it also too it helps so many different dads get to the convention. There's really no pressure there, and usually too when you come to the beer share you get raffle tickets just for showing up and hanging out, so that's the other kind of fun part, so you
You will
can.
get something free. You
Yeah,
will win something. I will make sure of it. We will have extra koozies. We will have extra something. You will get something from the raffle table will
I've
end up
never
in your
seen
hand
people walk
because
out
I
without
don't want
it.
to take it
Yeah.
home.
There
I
it is
bring
right
it
there.
to
It's
the
not coming
con.
back on the
I
plane with
don't
me.
want to take it home. So there was one year, I don't know why, but every single brewery gave us 20 koozies, beer koozies. What am I going to do with 100 of these? So I just started pelting people with them on their way out.
Yeah.
I'm not taking koozies home.
Well, there we go. All right. Well, hey, thanks
Vote Brock.
for. I no, stop. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, so we will talk to you all next week. Thanks again, Joe, for coming on the show. Danny, have a great week, and we will talk to you all real soon.
Good night, everybody.
I'm a dad, that's what I do.